Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Ashley, and on this channel I give you business tips and advice, plus exclusive, like behind the scenes look at me running my businesses and also being a mom of 3. So I will say though, I try to keep the kids and the kids and the family content, so vlogs, day in the life, daily routines, those type of things on our family channel, Me Plus 3 TV. I'm not great at naming a business, but when you get that name, I will tell you what to do. That's what we're doing now. So I'm gonna take you guys down to my laptop. MacBook. I don't know why people get offended when I call my MacBook a laptop. Sorry, but one of the things that I do when I first start, when I find a name that I think is perfect and that I really want, I will go to this website called namechecker.com. And this website basically searches all these things to see if the name is taken, and this helps save me a lot of time. So it basically tells you what names are available where. And like I said, this is helpful because if the .com is not available, then what's the point? I personally wouldn't take, I wanted to name my store. There are several names that I've thought about. I'm trying to think of one that was for sure taken. So the store that I'm working on, one of the stores I'm working on right now is called shemanifests.com. Right? That's what I wanted to name it. But look, there's nothing here, but so just because you don't see a website, She Manifests, look, the .com is unavailable, the Facebook is unavailable, the Twitter, the Tumblr, the Reddit, it's unavailable. So I don't want to purchase, I could purchase .net, that is available. But what do you think if you Google She Manifests and you see both websites? As a person, what are you going to click on, .net or .com? Most people automatically, when they type in a whole address and they don't just Google it, because I Google everything, even if I know where I'm going, I Google it because the address browser is a search. Anyway, most of the time people will enter .com automatically. They think .com automatically. They don't think .net, .io, .org, whatever. Well, you can't. .org is not for shops, but you could buy it, but it's not for that reason. But yeah, so that is why I wouldn't recommend you purchasing the .net of something when the .com is already taken. And this is a quick way to see that. Also, you have to think about your branding and you have to have faith in yourself, right? Okay. You should believe in your own plan. If nobody else believes in you, you should believe in you, right? So I believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself and your plan. And that's why you're doing this research. You're watching these videos. You're preparing yourself. You're going to rock this out. So with that being said, when you grow, you don't want to take your time and your money and your effort to grow a brand and then somebody else comes and steals it, right? So why would I start shemanifests.com or .net? I'm going to start shemanifests.net. Right? The .com is already unavailable. So I know there's somebody else out there with that name. The Facebook is unavailable. The Twitter is unavailable. I want to advertise. I'm going to have to do some advertising, some marketing, right? I'm going to run some ads. I'm going to have social media so I can relate to my customers and communicate with my customers and offer another platform for them to shop with us. So this makes that difficult. What am I going to do? She Manifest shop? You know what I mean? It's just inconvenient. Don't make this harder on yourself than you have to. That one's not bad, but I feel like that's a long name. So don't make this harder on yourself than you have to, than it has to be, right? So I wouldn't even bother with this, which I didn't. But namechecker.com is okay, but namechecker.com is super helpful in having one place to look for those types of things. There, you can also go straight to the place you're going to buy your domain name from. So there are so many places you can buy a domain name. They all have the same information. So you can check with the domain provider to see if what you're looking for is available. However, I like Name Checker because it's all right here, like Facebook, like I said, all of that. It's just that YouTube, look, it's a mess. And then actually look, Reddit, I guess, updated. I don't know what that is. But YouTube, I've had this YouTube channel for years. It's had the same name. I don't know. But it's just a nice, quick, easy way to do that. Actually, this is incorrect too, because I did open a Cash App in Enjoli. Yeah, but for the most part, it's accurate. Okay, but you can also check with where you are buying your domain name. All of them offer different benefits, different packages, different prices, but they all have the same information. So they'll all tell you if a name is available or not. So one that I use, I'm going to tell you about a few of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because there are so many. You can go through GoDaddy.com, find your perfect domain name. I'm just going to go with Ashley Enjoli for this general purpose because we're being general, just as an idea. All right, so it's telling me your domain name, oh, I spelled it wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. Is available, but this is .co. But I don't want .co, right? I want .com. But look, AshleyEnjoli.com is taken. The broker service with GoDaddy, tricky there. Tricky little website to get your money. Anyway, the broker service fee is $120 basically, and what that does is they will give you a broker who will contact the person who owns AshleyEnjoli.com and see if they are willing to sell it and how much are they willing to sell it for, and they basically act as a middleman. You pay them, and then they orchestrate that deal for you. My problem with that is they're going to take that $120 fee even if you don't get a deal because they found them and approached them for you. That goes with any domain name that is taken. It's not just their customers. And I don't know if it actually tells you all of that information right now, right here. But here's another thing too. So our domain broker service includes a personal domain buy agent contacting the current owner of your desired domain and negotiating a sale price. That's exactly what I just said to you. Once we have control of the domain, we transfer your funds, completing the sale. Here we go. At which point you will pay the negotiated sale price plus our 20% service fee. So you're gonna pay this $119.99, and then you're gonna pay that regardless. They're gonna call me, or not call. They're gonna email me. And I'm going to say, hey, we see you have AshleyEnjoli.com. We have someone that's interested in buying it. Would you want to sell it? They even have evaluations who will tell you about how much it's probably worth, all this stuff. So they broker a deal, but they do work for you. So you pay $120. They work for you though. If I say no, you still paid that $120 and you still ain't got the domain that you wanted. If I say yes, I will sell it, but I will sell it for $1,800. I made up a number. That was the first number came in my head. They'll try to negotiate with me. They will. And they'll say, Ashley, that's insane. How about $200? And I say, okay, $200 is fine, right? Now you have to pay a 20% fee on that $200. So you pay $200 for a domain plus a 20%, plus 20% of that $200, which is $40. That's not plus the $119.99. That's just, so don't fall for that trap, basically. Long story short, don't fall for that trap. I love GoDaddy. I'm a customer of GoDaddy's. I would never pay for that. And then it gives you options, so different variations. So this is misspelled. If you are scammy, by all means go for it. This is .us. It has restrictions, just like .org should have restrictions, but it doesn't. But usually it's for organizations. It's telling you that you can do it with a hyphen. Is that a hyphen? With a dash? It's telling you that you can do it with a dash. It's telling you .online and all the fees that are associated with that. So we were gonna go with this one to just compare pricing. Also, you can't just take this price too. Here we go with the trickiness. $11.99 for the first year. So I'm gonna add that to our cart. Though, like I said, I don't recommend you doing things like this. Be a little more original. Go back to the drawing board and figure out a name that works best for you. It's gonna automatically go to 2 years, right? So that's $30.98 because the first year was $11.99, but they only offered $11.99 for that first year. So your second year and any year after that, so it's going to automatically renew on its anniversary date. So whatever you pay for, if you pay for it, what's tomorrow, July 1st? July 1st. You pay for it on July 1st of 2021. So July 1st, 2022, you'll get charged that for this again. However, it won't be the sale price, it'll be the full price, which they're telling you up front is $18.99. So you pay 18% off for the first year. If you only buy 1 year though, watch how this works. It's $11.99 for the first year. This is exactly what I was saying. Renews July 22nd. So right, if you do 2 years, actually it'll renew in 2 years. So July 23rd, and it tells you all this stuff up front. But that is GoDaddy's pricing for a .com currently. So $11.99 and regularly $19. All right, that's GoDaddy. You can also go to Google Domains, which I love too. I have a lot of domain names I purchased from a lot of these places. We're going to do the exact same thing, and I'll show you that it literally tells you if it is available or not. And I also want to remember that. So remember, it says the .com is not taken. That's what I said. They all have the same information. They're saying that you can get any of those, or how about you change it to something similar, but not the exact same thing. So the one we were doing was Enjoli, right? Here we're offering $12, but here is the thing for this. Here's the pro. It's a pro, it's not a con. $12 is Google Domains flat fee. It's not just for the first year. The next year you pay $4 more. That's just what it is. So $12 for 1 year, $24 for 2 years, $36 for 3 years. It is not going to change when it renews. This is what the price is. Also, another thing that comes with Google Domains, which I love, the pros of it, is that privacy is included. So privacy protection, when you buy a domain name, your information goes into the Whois database. So with the Whois database, I'll show you. I'm gonna actually go back to GoDaddy because I know you can find it quickly and easily. So if you scroll all the way down to resources, click Whois, and then you enter the domain name. It tells you the person's information. However, with Facebook, that was a bad example. With Facebook, oh look, they have domain privacy. So this is a good example. It tells you the domain name, right? And then it also tells you when it expires. So they've paid it all the way until 2028, and they have to pay it again. If you're trying to take somebody's name and they don't want to sell it to you, or you don't want to pay that amount, you can watch it like this. But that's still a risk and a gamble because they probably will continue to pay for it. But in case they don't, then you could definitely do that and then grab it. They give them 30 days after the expiration date to recover that. So if it expires and then the expiration date goes 30 days past, then it'll be up for sale again and you can buy it. Register. See, so this would be your information right here. But this is domain privacy. So it takes out your information. So where this would say Mark Zuckerberg, and it would have his email address and his phone number in it. Instead, it takes it out and uses the privacy email. So it's a company email on it instead of your email, your phone number. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So if you go into the cart at GoDaddy, right? Because that's where we added that domain name. Where is it? Anyway, full domain privacy and protection. And then it tells you about the stuff, but it says prevent spam with a private forwarding email address. That's what we just saw. They are charging $9.99 per domain per year for that. So $10 extra per year. But remember, they're also charging $4 extra per year. So now we're up to $14 extra per year from what Google is offering. But pick what you want to pick. Don't let me influence you. I'm just telling you the straight facts. So Google domains, you can get a domain name from GoDaddy. There is... eye on this. Hopefully it's not logged in. There we go. So you can get a domain name here. Like I said before, it'll tell you the exact same information. That is not available. See, it's taken because they all go on the same registry. So all these websites have the same information. They'll give you other ideas. So these extensions are available. Load domain more, this button here. It will tell you more options, or they'll try to give you a couple variations, a suitable alternative. But in our example though, we are using that, right? So this one will be $1 for 1 year, which is the cheapest. It's one of the cheapest I've seen. But then it's $15 per year after that. So we're gonna add it to the cart. And then look, oh no, this is for multiples. They'll all offer that to you. Here's domain guard. Yep, so add domain guard to prevent domain abuse and enjoy complete control over your data. And then you can read the details down there. Includes all current and future domains in your contracts. Authentication of your DNS and documented proof of ownership. But they're offering that for $1 for 1 year, and then $15 a year. So the first year you'll be paying $2. The second year you'll be paying $30 per year, and that's not a lot of money. But if you know anything about business, you need to be on top of all your finances and all your budget, and every little dollar needs to be accounted for. So why would you pay for the exact same service double? So Google Domains is definitely winning here. That's one. There is another one, just regulardomains.com. But there are so many. You can Google them and compare and contrast. But I think it's obvious at this point what my recommendation is. I have bought domains from GoDaddy. Like I said, I am a customer, but I use their hosting. So my domain name came free with the hosting. And also I used to work for them, so I had like a discount, and that's GoDaddy is where it started. But I have learned. So I recommend to all my clients to use Google Domains, but let me tell you about this one. This one is already telling you new.coms for $9.26. Let's find out the information. So it's taken. Look, it offered us the same one. So we're just gonna add that to cart. This one is not as obvious. Or was it? It was. I clicked it too soon. I was about to say it's not as obvious of the pricing as far as that specific one, but it was. All right. So see, this is that same thing, full domain privacy and protection, and it'll tell you if you review details, what that's about, and the details on that, like what it likes and what it doesn't like, what it'll help you with, whatever. They want $10 a year for that. So I'm gonna do no thanks. And then let's continue to the cart. So it's that $9.62 that they advertised, or 26 cents. So this is what I'm paying. But then it'll actually stay the same price. So it'll renew at the same price. So this is the best bet on just the domain name. And if you have an LLC, I will say this too though. If you have an LLC, that information, and you take emails and calls, that information will be public anyway. They know you can search LLCs You can search who owns an LLC. Like, all that stuff is public. So I would sign up. I would create an account just for my business, and the name of it would be my business's name. The email on the account would be my business email. The phone number would be my business phone number. So I wouldn't care that much about that information being public, because people will have access to it anyway. But I'm just better safe than sorry. There are other benefits. That's just the biggest draw for me as far as the domain protection, is the like security of my information. But there's also other benefits. I think you saw when I like went to details on each one. You can do it yourself, and I just prefer to have all that coded. And look, even Facebook pays for it, because it's a really small amount in the grand scheme of things. So, but there are tons of them. So that is how you would do that. You can also check to see if a name is trademarked. I was gonna just go to it. So it's called TESS, which is Trademark Electronic Search System. But I'm just gonna Google it so you can see what to click on. Trademark search. But I've been here before. So trademarks, right? And then search trademarks. It gives you some information how to do it. So search for trademark. You click on this, and then you would do the basic word. You can click on what you need, and it'll tell you something that is trademarked or not. And this will help you in the long run, because to avoid some lawsuits, some legal situations that you could get into when you are naming your business. So it's the afternoon. I've taken all my makeup off, but hopefully you have
this is our house.
Hopefully you've gotten a good idea of where to go to get a domain name and how much they cost. Thanks for watching. Bye.